loudest venues in the NFL. There's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene just a few moments ago, predictably loud and raucous here at Arrowhead as their beloved Chiefs took field, and they are set to match up with the Denver Broncos. Brandon Garden, Charles Davis, happy to be with you. And Charles, we've got two teams who know each other extremely well. These division games, they tend to be battles.
People scout like crazy in this league, but no one scouts more than within the division. Because if you win your division, you're automatically in the playoffs. That puts extra emphasis on these games, and they can't wait to get at each other.
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Arrowhead. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. It'll be Case Keenum leading the charge, making his first start in a Bronco uniform here in this one.
And the 2018 draft, when the Broncos number came up at 5, plenty of chatter that they might take a quarterback right there. Remember, Josh Allen was still on the board. Josh Rosen was still on the board. But the Broncos made a commitment to Case Keenum in free agency, and they're living up to it. Did not take a quarterback in that slot. Going to ride with their new number 4, Case Keenum.
Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. The offensive lineup now, and the guy we highlight, Emmanuel Sanders.
You can use him in any spot as a wide receiver. In the slot, out wide, it doesn't matter. He just makes plays.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. The all-pro safety Eric Berry in on the stop. And let's take a look at the defensive starters for Kansas City.
Coming off the edge for this defense is Justin Houston, who's always a threat to get double digits in sacks. Had 9.5 in 2017, but we all remember 2014. 22 sacks that season. Would not surprise me to see him approach that number again before his NFL career is over.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. So much for picking it up on the ground on 3rd down. 3rd play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here. If you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. So here are the Chiefs now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be brought out by the number 10 overall pick in the 2017 draft. It's Patrick Mahomes out of Texas Tech.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun to see how they bring him along. You know, a lot of people say, well, do you have some training wheels on a young quarterback? But Patrick Mahomes is at his best when he's a little bit more of a freewheeling guy who can use his big arm to get the ball downfield. I suspect the Chiefs are going to lean towards letting him go.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 27. Throwing now is Mahomes. On target over the middle of the hill. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Green, 39.
On 3rd down, it's Hunt, and the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Back deep, Adam Jones. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Denver Broncos sitting at 2-4 right now. We're going to take over the possession here again on offense. But the 23-20 loss against Los Angeles, it's now a 4-game losing streak. Is there a hot seat right now for Vance Joseph?
Unfortunately, I'd have to say yes. And the reason being they had a really rough year his first year as the head coach in Denver. And there's a lot of speculation about whether he would even get a second year. Got the vote of confidence from ownership and management, came back for year 2. But here's the problem. He's a former defensive coordinator. Defense is his forte. His team is now the first in NFL history to allow 200-plus yard rushers in back-to-back weeks. 219 to Isaiah Crowell of the Jets. That was on the road in Week 5. And then this past week against Todd Gurley at home with 208. And coming up, they're at Arizona. David Johnson looking his chops, wanting to get right. And then they play at Kansas City, who has Kareem Hunt, who led the league in rushing last year. That defense has to get better and in a hurry.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Pass incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. And they'll run it here. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Throwing is Keenum on 3rd down. And he's got Hireman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. To throw on second down is Keenum. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and they're going to have a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. From the gun, it's Keenum. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up fourth. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Kansas City Chiefs coming back out onto the field here, and they were part of the game of the week for Week 6, right? I mean, no doubt that game against New England, 43-40. Now they lost, first loss of the season, but boy, that was fun to watch on Sunday night.
It certainly was. It's maybe the game of the year thus far, and we were all anticipating it, and they delivered. Patrick Mahomes, a little bit of a struggle in the first half, but boy, did he explode in the second. 352 yards for the game, 4 touchdowns. Did throw the 2 picks in the first half, and he definitely went toe-to-toe with Tom Brady.
I sat him in my fantasy lineup.
Nice job.
I started Deshaun Watson thinking, you know, he's playing, mistake. A little bit of a mistake.
He shows up against anyone. 5 straight games over 300 yards, and the only one he didn't go over 300, he threw 4 touchdowns at Pittsburgh, and that was in Week 1.
He's good.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Play fake there to Hunt. Now Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Adam Gotsis in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for the loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally are able to take him down at the opposite 47.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go. Green 90. Green 90.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. It's complete to Chris Conley. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective, is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Green, 39.
Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And now the Chiefs' offensive starters.
Definitely in the running for the title. Best receiving tight end in the NFL today is Travis Kelce because he can do it all. 83 catches for over 1,000 yards last year, but they can split him out wide like a wide receiver, utilize him like a running back when they run him inside on some shovel passes, and then when he catches the ball downfield, often turns it into big plays and even bigger yardage.
On the run, this is Hunt. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Darian Stewart there to bring him down. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen. And the Broncos go to a nickel set on 3rd down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there.
Here we go. Blue 45.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelce. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And the kick by Butker is good. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. To chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It was Reggie Ragland who got him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Keenum throwing on second. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 5.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Keenum. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. It's a net of 40 there. Punt of 48 and a return of 8. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the 1st quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Mahomes now already over 100 yards passing in this 1st quarter. It's 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And some room to roam now. And he's got this down to the 35. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it here with Hunt. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Hunt gets it on the draw from Mahomes. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Now, prior to the snap, we hit all zeros as time has run out on the first quarter of play. 3-0 is our score, and we're back to Arrowhead after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you and you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelsey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit. And another first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
A first trip to the red zone for KC. 1st and 10 at the 19.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now Mahomes. Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes.
And there's another sack for Bradley Chubb, and that's exactly why they drafted him. But don't discount his ability to play the run. This is a big, strong young man who understands offensive schemes, how they try to block, and he'll stand stout against the running game as well as continuing to get after the passer.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go now.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. His pass caught at the 4, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard, and you probably ran them when you were 5 years old. How about a little curl there against zone? But the key to it is finding the open spots in the zone. How a linebacker or a defensive back will widen to give you space. Find that area and let your quarterback hit you.
Green 90. Green 90.
They'll try to run with Hunt, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
This offense bent the defense in their long drive downfield, but once they got within sight of the goal line, the defense went to don't break mode and is stiffened.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Butker able to put this one through. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And coming out now, the Broncos.
The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
Keenum to throw on 2nd down. Sanders has it over the middle. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4.
Shotgun snap for Keenum. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Keenum to Sanders for the Denver 1st down.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
Let's go.
Here's Royce Freeman, the first carry for the rookie. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Here's Keenum. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Well, this gives us a chance to look ahead to some big Week 7 games upcoming. New England, Chicago, that's intriguing. Carolina and Philly, you have that game. And then how about Dallas and Washington? They're a combined 6-5, but they're playing for first place in the NFC East.
And just think, Dallas and Washington fans, when they have children, the first words they teach them are, "We hate that rival team." And now they're going to get after it for first place in the East. The records aren't great, but the rivalry is strong. New England, Chicago. Chicago let one get away last week against Miami, but still they have high hopes in the NFC North, and they get to test their mettle against a perennial champion, the New England Patriots. And Carolina, Philly. Carolina had a tough one in Washington last week. Philadelphia, big win last Thursday against New York, against the New York Giants in New York. That's a big, big ball game for both of them.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Flushed out right, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Here we go. Green 90. Green 90. Hut.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. And it's incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver. And it's third down. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Hey, blue 45. Blue 45.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Now Case Keenum and the offense heading back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Spencer Ware, the rest of his offense, retaking the field. And he's had his chances in this game. He just hasn't been able to find any daylight so far.
Patience, patience, patience. And that's the hard part for a runner because they expect every run to be a big one for something to pop. So they have to sometimes go through the struggles before it happens for them later in the game. But you got to give credit to the rest of the team. They've worked around the fact that he hasn't had his normal big game.
Yeah, despite his struggles, still winning here in the second quarter. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Blue 45.
On play action, it's Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And out across midfield down to the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
They've looked his way quite a bit, and in my estimation, as well they should.
Well, that's now 5 catches in this first half alone.
And he picks up another first down. He's been an important part of their offense here early.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 45-yard line.
They run with Hunt. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On second down, here's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
The Chiefs on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Here we go. Blue 45.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. The Conway's got it over the middle. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39.
They go play action here on first down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and it's second down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
I would think as a play call, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
Here we go now. Blue 40.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And the kick by Butker is good. And that will extend the lead to 11-0. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Well, still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Keenum throwing on 2nd. And his throw here's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
3rd and long. It's Keenum. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. He's hoping to get it going. They're hoping to get him going, too. You know, he's about ready to pop one here in the second quarter. He's hoping.
And his offensive line teammates, they want to get one of those, too, because they want to continue to run the football. Most offensive linemen like that part of the game better than pass protection because they're not taking blows. They're actually dealing them out. So what they want to do is show the coaches, hey, if we pop one, we're having success. That way they won't go away from the running game.
He'll be hoping to pop one, break one here this go-around.
Green 90. Green 90.
On 1st down, Mahomes. He's got the hook up with Conley. So a minute 55 to go in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Mahomes now on 1st down. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. And Watkins, you see him there, still down and slow to get up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Mahomes now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And going deep for into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Keenum. Over the middle, he's got Deshaun Hamilton. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. The Broncos in the hurry-up try to get to their positions and get set quickly. On 2nd down, here's Keenum. And that's complete to the tight end Hireman. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Keenum. He's going to look deep down the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. It was Orlando Scandrick the one that time to knock it away. Another pass broken up, Charles, by Orlando Scandrick.
That's multiple times in this game alone, and it's something we're getting very used to seeing. Orlando Scandrick policing his area and in a big way.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Spencer Ware and the rest of his offense retaking the field. And the good news, his team's winning. The bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the 2nd quarter.
And a lot of that is pride, because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
And he probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Here we go now. Green, 90. Green.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. Extra point from McManus is good. And that will shave one more off this lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Green, 90.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Here we go. Green, 90. Green, 90.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action.
Mahomes now on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he let him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now Hunt. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up. And he spikes it to stop the clock, and now if they choose, they'll have a chance at maybe a long field goal try here just before the break. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So we've come upon halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far and certainly plenty to look forward to as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. Caught here by Conley. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. And that'll get him to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
They'll run. This is Hunt. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, so much for halftime adjustments. They still can't get anything going on the ground. It may be time to loosen things up and start flinging it around a little bit.
Mahomes going to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one goes for 24 yards. Mahomes now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Green 90. Green 90.
Now Mahomes. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And Butker able to put this one through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll be brought down here at the 28.
And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll fake the give. Now Keenum. And that'll be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing is Keenum on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. The Broncos send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. This is taken around the 12. 12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Ready, green, 39.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Ready, green.
This is Hunt. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Here we go. Blue 45. Blue.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Here we go. Green 39. Green.
They go play action here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Derek Wolfe in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Here's Hunt. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Ready, green, 90.
On third and long, it's Mahomes. He's going to go deep for Conley. That's caught inside the 20. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal.
Ready, blue 45.
Mahomes now to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, let's take a step back and look league-wide here, Charles. What contender do you think is in the most trouble through 6 weeks? I would not have thought Jacksonville a couple of weeks ago, but, boy, very flat performances against KC and Dallas.
Yeah, and we expect them to be a dominant team on the defensive side of the ball week in and week out, and Dallas just shredded them in their game on Sunday. But I don't think Jacksonville's in as much trouble as maybe Denver is. Denver's 2-4. 4 straight losses, and Kansas City setting a heck of a pace in the AFC West. Vance Joseph, the second-year coach in Denver, many thought he wouldn't return after last year. Got a second opportunity. This isn't helping him. And last but not least, if we're talking about this group of people, how about the Atlanta Falcons? They're also 2-4, but they got a much-needed win against Tampa Bay on Sunday. If we knew they could get their defensive players back, I'd like them a lot more. They've got a tough road ahead of them, but Matt Ryan, he can help equalize things out.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Right back to him on first down. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Keenum going to try and throw on third down. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The Broncos send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Here we go. Green.
They'll run again with Hunt. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Ready. Green 39.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And able to find Conley. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
Now it's Hunt. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Ready. Blue 45. Blue 45.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. Conley's got it over the middle. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
Ready. Green 90. Green 90.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
That first down run could not have turned out worse for a defense because when they came out on the field, their number one mission, keep them stacked up close to their goal line, and at worst, create great field position for their offense.
Freeman again. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. On first down, Keenum. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. A gain of 6 there on first.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a entire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Give him 30 yards there.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Keenum now on first down. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Reggie Ragland in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Working from the gun, Keenum. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
3rd and long. It's Keenum. And they finally get to him as he's taken down. Allen Bailey coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Taking it about the 16. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And out come the Chiefs now. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here we go now.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Throwing now is Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And they'll run it here. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. It's the linebacker, Brandon Marshall, there on the tackle. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
They'll go screen here to Hunt. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Ware takes the give from Mahomes. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. Well, it's hard to put your finger on whether this is something to celebrate or something maybe the offense is embarrassed by, but that's now 6 field goals he's made in this game alone.
Yeah, he's bailed them out quite a bit so far, but it's very comforting to know that you have a kicker that's got your back.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Back to the air. Keenum on 2nd down. And his throw is incomplete. Thomas the intended target. And now it's 3rd down.
Granted, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Keenum. And he's got Hireman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver 1st down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You've got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Keenum. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
From midfield, here's Keenum. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now Keenum again. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Keenum to throw on 2nd down. He goes underneath to Freeman. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 6 on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Throwing on 3rd down, Keenum. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag.
False start, offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Well, let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. Now Keenum, gotta have this one. Going for it all. And no, it's incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Ready.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs 1st down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39.
And they'll go on the ground. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. On 3rd down, it's Hunt. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. line set to take the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. Throwing on first down is Keenum. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. From the end zone, Keenum fights loose. Now a desperation throw. He's got a man, complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Give him 30 yards there. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now a first down throw. Keenum throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll make it 2nd down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Again, Keenum. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 42. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
And now here comes Kansas City. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Victory in the cards now for the Chiefs as they take a knee here. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Victory in the cards now for the Chiefs as they take a knee here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
There we go now.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Chiefs victorious here as we say so long from Arrowhead.